My name is Minenhle Dlamini, and I'm the Managing Director of Gagasi FM, which is a commercial regional station which broadcasts throughout KwaZulu-Natal. My journey to being an MD started in 2009, actually, where I started as a radio presenter. I was presenting on weekends. So Monday to Friday, I'd have a 9 to 5. Then Saturday and Sunday, I would be on air. A year later, then I went on to produce The Breakfast Show, which was in 2010. Then 2011, I worked behind the scenes again, but this time in the commercial and promotions department, where one was coming up with ideas around competitions that brands could do, and also promoting the station in terms of how it sounds, what kind of station competitions we could do. And then from there, I ended being the head of that department. Then in 2021, the MD before me went off to Joburg to start a sales house for Gagasi and our sister station, Heart FM. So I stood in for him, and in July 2021, I was announced as the Managing Director of Gagasi FM. So that is my journey. I've always loved media. So even in university, I did a BA in Media Studies. I actually wanted to be a magazine writer originally, but then when I was on campus and I found out about campus radio, I got into it and started volunteering there, and that's where my love for radio really started. My biggest dream, I think I remember when I was in high school, I always saw myself as someone who would just travel the world. I wasn't sure what I would do, but I just wanted a job that would allow me to go all over the world. And then later my dream became the fact that I wanted to be someone famous. I studied drama as well at school, so I thought that I would go into acting. That didn't happen. And then at some point, I thought that I would go into news reporting. I actually remember when I was on campus, the first audition I did was to be a news reporter, which I did absolutely horrendous on it. So, then the dream then changed into media. Sure. I would say my predecessor, the previous MD, has also inspired me. I would attend meetings with him, and I'd find myself so inspired by his knowledge about radio, his knowledge about consumer insights. So along the way, he inspired me. Our current chairman as well inspires me a lot. His background, he started off in a rural area where his life was set for him to work on a farm. And now he's leading one of the biggest financial organizations, So he also inspires me. Oh, how I make an impact at Gagasi FM, I think for me it's about creating a culture where everybody feels like they belong. So it's ensuring that the members of Gagasi can be themselves, can be creative, and at the same time feel that they're part of the family and also part of the greater community that we serve, which is the KZN community. So it's all up for me about driving that culture where everybody belongs. So when you walk in, even from the security, how they greet you, reception, and how you received is all about making you feel part of the family. So I'm just driving that whole idea that we are a family, and our purpose is to drive also that family or neighborly feeling to our listeners and to our communities as well. Some of my achievements along the journey is, as a station, we've reached over 1 million followers on Facebook. It's also some of the campaigns that we have done, which I feel are quite close to my heart, and they also make quite a great impact. On Mother's Day, as much as we do run campaigns for our listeners to tell us about their mothers, we also reach out to the mothers who are also in need. So on Mother's Day, we go into government hospitals at delivering care packs to the mothers who have just delivered. That's also one of the campaigns that are pretty close to my heart. The KZN Gagasi, which is a back-to-school campaign, is one which also I believe is making quite a big impact, because it not only looks at the scholar, but we also look at students. So if you are a student and you are looking to go into tertiary and you don't have the finances to register, we also assist in that. But it's also about academic excellence. So in everything we do, we are trying to drive that culture of academic excellence and getting the parents too to drive that with their kids, because it's the parents who also write into us and motivate why their kids deserve to get a school bursary or to get registration for tertiary as well. The Shiro Awards that we have, it's a Women's Day campaign where we ask our listeners just to tell us about women who go about their day-to-day life but making an impact in their society. But it doesn't only look at community impact, it's also in the business, in your profession, education. So we're looking at the overall woman as well, where we get told about this woman who are doing great things, but they are not so popular. So ours is to let them know that keep on shining. People are seeing you, they nominated you, and they like the work that you are doing. And very recently we've done workshops around youth in business, because we understand that a lot of our youth probably have education, they have tertiary degrees, diplomas and stuff like that, but they can't find jobs. So some of them start their own businesses as a means to hustle. So with that workshop, ours is to make them aware that we know that the entrepreneurship journey can be quite lonely, it can become quite difficult, but we also know a couple of people who have made it in life who still continue to hustle. So it's all about motivating them to keep on with their hustles. And I think the last achievement that I'd like to speak about is how we celebrate South African music, where we have a music festival or a music event. It's a one-day event where we shine the spotlight on our local artists in all genres that are in South Africa. And for us, we've realized how big it's become because we sell out a month before the actual event, and that's a huge achievement for us. We fill up 12,000 people at Moses Mabhida People's Park. Yeah, some of the challenges that we face is being in the media and being in the public. It's realizing how social media can sometimes be quite hurtful, and a lot. The cancel culture is quite big. So I think some of the challenges that we do face is when we in the media or trending for the not so good reasons. So those are the challenges that we face. And I think sometimes the other challenges that we face is being in KZN with a lot happening, either we are having disasters, floods, or dealing with riots and stuff like that. As a station, I think as much as we do go out into different areas of our society. We just sometimes feel like we can't help everyone. So sometimes it does hurt us to not be able to reach out to our community and provide some assistance. The career challenges that I've had to face along the way is certainly some doors being shut in my face. I think even getting into radio, I had a couple of doors shut in my face to the point where I went into corporate because I didn't think that I was ever going to get a chance to be in the media space and even the radio space, actually. I've had to knock on the door a couple of times there as well. So those are some of the challenges that I've also faced, and also just sometimes feeling unseen is a challenge for me, where it's one has to get out of their comfort zone and literally map out a way of how their brand can be seen or out there. So it's all about creating that brand. I think sometimes you could do a lot of good work, but unless you are speaking about it, people are not going to know about you. So those are some of the things that I've had to learn along the way, is to get myself out there. The best advice that I could give to younger women who are following my path is be an integrous person. Just do everything with integrity, whether people are watching or not. I feel like when you do the right things, you can be trusted. So if you can be trusted with the little things, you can definitely be trusted with the bigger things. I also feel like I would like to advise women to also work hard. Work ethic is quite important. If you say you're going to do something, do it. And if you're facing challenges with that as well, learn to communicate that you are having challenges around it. Ask for help. Don't put yourself in a position where you think you should know everything. Position yourself with people whom you realize know certain things that you don't know. So people who can cover up for lack of a better word, for your weaknesses, so that you can also learn along the way. I think condemning yourself about not knowing things, one needs to learn to be resilient and realize that there are certain things that they don't know, but not kick themselves all the time when they realize that there was something that they wasn't aware of. So I would suggest to learn to be resilient, learn to pick yourself up quickly as possible when you can. Position yourself with people who know certain skills that you might not have, who can also guide you. Ask for help as well. Have people that you could use as your sounding board. So when you have ideas, you can run those ideas by them and see if they'd work. Sure, my future goal is to grow Gagasi to be more than just a radio station, to be a business that offers more than radio, a business that you could go to from a digital perspective, content perspective, and I also see it as more of a training academy for media dreamers of KZN. So that is my future goal, is to open up more doors for the youth of KZN that is dreaming about going into media, and not just radio, because there's more to radio, and grow the ecosystem. Because once you grow the ecosystem, then you are able to not only offer more to your clients, but also offer more opportunities for those who are looking for opportunities in media. To find balance in my life, I make sure that I go to gym, I work out, I make sure that per day I do something that I like, that is about me, that relates to just making myself feel better. Whether at that time there's a series on Netflix that I am interested in, I'll find time to watch that, or I will read a book. But I've also learned to create a community with other mothers who can assist me, because I'm a mother of 3 very busy boys. So, and I've realized just how much it takes a village to raise kids. And previously one wanted to be the one who does everything with their kids. I've had to learn to allow other people to also assist me when it comes to my children's busy schedules. But also I diarize everything, even to the point of knowing when the church services are, so that during the week, if I find space, I can find myself some time to go for a 1 hour mass and ground myself. So I'm also quite spiritual, so I find time to meditate in the morning when I wake up, and I also try to read a lot of business-related books from people who want to tell the stories and their journeys in the business world. So that's how I try